Good morning everyone. Myself Sanjay Kumar. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss types of DC generators, series generators, compound generators, and the third one is compound generators. Now shunt generators and series generators we already completed. Now we will discuss the compound generators. Now what is the main purpose of shunt, series and compound generators depending upon the application, that is current relations. Now we observe that shunt generator, the field winding is connected across armature, and in series generator the field winding is connected in series with the armature. So series current and armature current and load current both are same in series generator, but in shunt generator shunt current and load current together called as armature current. Now if you combine both series and shunt generators, we will get the compound generator. So that's why the name itself indicates compound. So combination of series and shunt generators is called as the compound generators. Now compound generators are basically two types. One is long shunt, other one is short shunt. Now what is long shunt and what is short shunt? In compound generators we are having two windings. One is series winding and another one is shunt winding. Now series winding anyhow connected in series with the armature, but shunt winding connection makes the difference in long shunt and short shunt generators. Now we will see what is the difference between long shunt and short shunt with a clear explanation. Now the first one is long shunt compound generator. Now why it is called as long shunt compound, we will see the connection diagram. Now we are having two windings, one is series winding and another one is shunt winding. Anyhow series winding is connected in series with the armature, but the shunt winding is connected across both armature and series winding. That means it is connected along both. That's why it is called as a long shunt compound generator. If it is short shunt, it is connected only across armature. So this shunt connection makes the difference in compound generators. So that applications are also different. Now the long shunt compound generator, basically the shunt winding is connected across series winding and also armature. Now we know that the total currents relations we have to derive first, then we will go for the generated EMF and load voltage relations. Now this is the connection diagram. We know IA is the armature current and ISC is the current flowing through series winding and IL is the load current. We can also here, and ISH is the current flowing through shunt winding, and this is the return path. So ISH, IL, and this is IA. Now V is the voltage available across load, so it is also called as terminal voltage, and EG is the generated EMF, and also RA, RSH, RSC as the resistances. Let IA is the armature current and ISH is the shunt field current and ISC is the series field current and IL is the load current. Now V is the voltage across load and EG is the generated EMF and BCD. So what is meant by BCD? BCD is nothing but brush contact drop. We will give some drop across brush as mentioned by manufacturers. We will measure it. So it may be 1 volt to 2 volt per brush, and RA is the armature resistance, RS is the series field and RSH is the shunt field resistance. We know that shunt field resistance is very high when compared to both armature and series winding resistances. Now RAC is very low and RA is a nominal value compared to RSH and RAC. Now observe the connection diagram of this. We will clearly observe that the current delivered from armature IA is same as the series current since both are connected in series. So current delivered from the armature is same as your series current. Same current is flowing to up to the node X. Now since IA and ISC both are same, we can give the relation IA is equal to ISC. Now this is the basic relation in long shunt compound generator. Series current equal to armature current, like series generator. Now up to node IA equal to ISC, but after the node what is happening? The current is dividing and we have to take the summation of two currents by applying the KCL at node X. Now you can see here, applying KCL at node X, we will observe there is a one entering current and the two leaving currents are there. So what is the entering current? IA is equal to ISC, and what is the leaving currents? IL plus ISH. So you can directly written as IA is equal to ISC, which is equal to IL plus ISH. Now the current relations are given, but what about shunt current? So shunt current is calculated by it is a small value of current which induces the EMF in generator, armature, conductor. So you can observe from connection diagram, this shunt winding is connected parallel to this armature and series winding and also load terminals. So what we can say, that same load voltage will be available across this winding, sorry, this armature and series winding, and also across the shunt winding. Now voltage available across shunt winding is V and the resistance is RH. As per Ohm's law, ISH is equal to V by RSH. That is, I is equal to V by R. Now once you calculate ISH and IL, we can calculate the armature current. So armature current is the main parameter to determine the generated EMF to make the calculations load currents. So IA is to be calculated by using these relations. Now once you evaluated these relations, we will go for the generated EMF and load voltage relations. So we always go with the EG and V. Why? EG is the actually induced EMF, actually generated EMF. But this generated EMF may not be 100% transferred to the load, since there is a drop across armature, drop in series winding, or drop in any other winding which is in the path of current flowing from the generator, that is from armature conductors. So from here we can say that the actual EMF induced is EG. Now once it is delivering from here, so there is some internal resistance RA. Now there is a one drop, armature drop, and same current is flowing to series winding, and there is once again series winding resistance drop is also there, so that there is some voltage is going to be drop here. Now armature drop, series winding drop, and again it is equal to V. So how we can written as, so the generated EMF is equal to load voltage plus drop in armature plus drop in series winding plus brush contactor drop. So we are coming from the end, that means from the later stage, that is from the voltage. Why the voltage is mentioned in always in numerical problems, that's why we are coming from the voltage to drops. By adding the drops to this voltage, we can get the generated EMF. So this EG equal to load voltage plus drop in armature plus drop in series winding plus brush contactor drop. Now how it is can written as EG equal to V plus drop in armature IARA plus drop in series winding ISC into RSC plus brush contactor drop. But IA is equal to ISC. We know that instead of IA and ISC separately, I can simply take out IA as a common, so I will write RA plus RSC. Now the generated EMF is given by V plus IA into RA plus REC plus BCD. Now the generated EMF having two drops, one is across armature and one is across series winding. So we can get the generated EMF in terms of load voltage. And if you further going to calculate the power delivered, so power delivered to the load and actual power generated in this generator, we can write in terms of EGIA and also VIL. Okay, so I will write that. I will take this. Now power delivered to load is equal to V into IL. So why? This is load voltage and load current, which will give the power delivered to load, nothing but output power. This is also called as output power. Similarly, power generated, can also call it as electrical power generated. Electrical power generated is equal to voltage in armature multiplied by current in armature, which is nothing but EG into IA. Now this is the actual electrical power generated and this is the actual load output available. We can calculate the efficiency. We can also calculate a mechanical, electrical and a commercial efficiency by using these relations. Now this is the voltage and current relations of long shunt compound generator, and we will solve the simple numerical problem by using these formulas. You have to remember these formulas. Now we will discuss the second type of compound generator, that is short shunt compound generator. We already discussed that the main difference between long shunt and short shunt compound generators are connection of shunt winding, that is shunt field winding. You can see here the shunt field winding is connected only across armature. In long shunt it is connected across series and armature. So this makes the difference in current, so that the generated EMF is also different and applications are also different. Now we will discuss clearly about the relation between different currents and also generated EMF equation. Now short shunt compound generator, you can see here the connection diagram. Armature is connected in series with series winding, but across armature a winding is connected. You can call it as a shunt winding, similar to shunt generator. And this series winding is connected to the load and the negative terminal is connected to the armature negative terminal. So you can also take it as the terminals are A and AA. For simplification, I am not showing the terminals. So from the connection diagram you can also observe all the currents are given, all the voltages are given. So what are those elements? Just we will discuss them. So let IA is the armature current delivering from the armature, that is some actual generated EMF. What is the actual current coming from generator is IA, and IL is the load current flowing through the load terminal, and ISH is the shunt field current. So since it is connected across armature, still it is a self-excited generator. A small current is enough to generate the EMF. So what is the small current? Shunt field current. Then ISC is the series current, where series winding and load both are connected in series, so that we can evaluate the relation very easily. And EG is the generated EMF in volts. What is the actual voltage generated? What is the actual EMF generated? And V is the load voltage. So generated EMF minus drop across them, we will get the load voltage. So voltage available across the load terminals is nothing but load voltage. Now similarly, BCD stands for brush contact drop. We are placing the brushes on commutator segments. There is some voltage drop across the commutator segments due to brushes, and RA is the armature resistance, and RS is the series field resistance, and RSH is the shunt field resistance. We know RSH is very high and RAC is very low, so RA having a nominal value. And see the connection diagram of short shunt compound generator. Now what you observe from here, so armature is connected in series with the series winding but in parallel with shunt winding. Now the current delivering from armature is IA, and once it reaches the point, this node X, it is divided into ISH and ISC. Now the ISH is nothing but shunt field current. It is flowing to the shunt field winding and again return back to the armature. But this series current flowing through the series winding is also entering into load terminals. So what is meant by that? Same series current is flowing to load means, so series current and load current both are same. Okay, you observe here, the current flowing to series winding is same as load current, so ISC is equal to IL, so there is no other parallel branches connected, so the current remains same. Now this relation we have to observe from the connection diagram. It is observed that ISC equal to IL. That means the load current having higher value is also flowing to the series. Now this relation tells us it is a series winding current relation, series generator current relation. Now at this node X, we apply the KCL. By applying KCL at node X, now if you apply the KCL at node X, what you observe, there is a one entering current IA and two leaving currents. One is ISH and another one is ISC. Now entering current is equal to leaving current. So what is entering current? Armature current, and leaving current is ISC and ISH. But ISC is also equal to IL. We can written as ISC is also equal to load current. So I written in terms of load. So generally we will make solutions on IL. So IA is equal to IL plus ISH. Now this is the relation we are getting from this node, and the current relations we will make. So ISC equal to IL, the first relation, and the second one is IA is equal to IL plus ISH or ISC plus ISH. So this is the relation. But what is IL? IL is nothing but current flowing through the load. It is given in terms of power, in terms of voltage, or it is directly given. But what about shunt field current? So shunt field current calculation is very important. Unlike your shunt generator and a long shunt generator, it is not easy. The shunt winding is not connected parallel to these two branches, nothing but armature series and load voltage. It is connected only across armature, so it is necessary to find out what is the voltage across this armature and what is the voltage in terms of voltage terms. So to calculate the shunt current, it is necessary to find out what is the voltage across shunt and what is the voltage across armature, and the armature voltage across armature in terms of known parameters, load voltage and load currents are series current and load current both are same. So I can take the relation, the voltage across shunt winding is nothing but ISH into R, as per Ohm's law, I into R. So ISH into RSH is equal to, now this is connected parallel to this armature. So what is the actual voltage across armature? Generated EMF minus drop in armature. So generated EMF may not be available across this winding since it is having the internal voltage drop RA. So EG minus IA RA is the actual voltage available across this armature. Now once you know the EG and once you know the RA, the calculation of shunt field current is very easy. But to calculate the armature current, it is necessary to find out the shunt field current until unless the value of Ia is directly given. So to make very simple calculation, the voltage across armature I am converting in terms of load voltage. So you can observe here, this is the one branch, series branch, and this is another series branch. So the voltage is dividing between these two. So Eg minus IaRa also written as, so Eg minus Ia also written as drop in series winding plus load voltage. So voltage plus drop in series winding I can written as V plus Isc into Rac. Now listen carefully. The voltage across shunt winding is equal to Eg minus IaRa, actual voltage across armature, but this voltage is also equal to the load voltage plus drop in series winding. So it can be written as V plus Isc into Rec. Now since load voltage is known and series current is nothing but load current is known, so Ish is equal to V plus Isc into Rec by Rsh. Now this shunt current calculation is very important while you are going for the short shunt generators. So you have to remember shunt current, then the armature current calculation is very easy, and the armature current relation is IL plus ISH, but ISC is also equal to IL. The calculation will become very easy. Now this is the current relations in short shunt compound generator. Then what about generated EMF and voltage relations? Now from this figure we can observe here the generated EMF may not be totally transferred as a load voltage. We are having the two drops across here, the generated EMF, the armature current delivering from armature having one drop. First drop is internal resistance drop, armature resistance, and also another drop is series winding resistance. So load voltage plus these two drops will get the generated EMF, and also we can add the brush contact drop. So you can see here the generated EMF is nothing but V plus drop in armature plus drop in series winding plus brush contact drop voltages. Now Eg is equal to V plus Ia into Ra plus Isc into Rec plus BCD. Whereas in long shunt compound generators, Ia and Isc both are same, so we can write Ia into Ra plus Rec. But here short shunt compound generator, Ia is different and Isc is different. So instead of Isc you can written as IL, but the Ia and Isc parameters are different, so we can calculate the generated EMF in this compound generators. Now what is the power delivered to load? So we can also write as P output. P output is nothing but V into IL. So P in is nothing but we can calculate it as a electrical generated power is equal to Eg into Ia. Now this is the simple power relations we'll have. We'll discuss them later. So this is the power delivered to load and this is the actual generated, that means mechanical equivalent electrical power generated is Eg into Ia. Why? For the generators the input is always a mechanical input. So mechanical equivalent electrical energy is Eg into Ia, and from this if you reduce the losses we will get the output power V into Ia. Now this is about short shunt compound generators. You have to remember the current relations and generated EMF and voltage relations, so we can make the simple numerical problems, so it will be very easy to solve them. Now we discussed about long shunt and short shunt compound generators. We will make a brief analysis of difference between long shunt and short shunt compound generators. If you remember the current relations and if you remember the voltage and EMF relations, just you have to image the connection diagram. You can see that in long shunt compound generators, IA is equal to IL plus ISH. So it is looks like similar to shunt generator, and IA is equal to ISC. So this is the basic relation we have to remember regarding currents. But whereas in short shunt, IA is equal to IL plus ISH, similar to this, but IL is equal to ISC. Now see the difference. Here armature current is same as series winding current. So armature current having higher magnitude, so same current is carried by the series winding. Here armature current is divided into load current plus shunt, but load current is same as series current. So the series winding always carries higher magnitude since it is having a few number of turns. So the resistance of series winding is very less, so it can carry the huge amount of currents. So this behaves like a shunt generator, and you can see here this is a series generator relation. Here also you can see this is a series generator relation, and this is the again shunt generator relation. So that's why it is called as the compound generator. It behaves like both shunt and series, and shunt and series generators. Now the main difference in terms of shunt current. So shunt current in long shunt is given by directly V by RSH. But what about short shunt compound generator? In short shunt compound generator, it can be written as Vg minus IaRa by RSH, or V plus ISC into RSC by RSH. Okay, this is the easy, you can remember here, we can go for so later this. So ISH is equal to V plus ISC into RSC by RSH, whereas ISH is equal to V by RSH. You can see this relation is simply obtained from the shunt generators. It is similar to your normal shunt generator. ISH is equal to V by RH, since the shunt is connected along armature and series winding. But here in short shunt compound generator, V plus drop in series winding is also added. The drop in series winding is also added. So ISH is equal to V plus ISC into RSC by RSH. If you consider the same parameters for this, now this ISH having some higher value since the magnitude is higher. Now this series current is higher and series resistance is very small. So anyhow the shunt current is having some higher value when compared to the long shunt generators. So this current calculation is very important while you are calculating the armature current. So armature current is very important parameter while calculating the generated EMF as well as load voltage and any calculations, losses, efficiency. Okay, so this is the shunt current relations for this. And power relations, if you take out power delivered in long shunt generator is V into IL. So IL may not be equal to IA or IAC or ISH. So we can also written as IL may not be equal to IA or IAC or ISH. But here power delivered is equal to V into IL, but IL is also same as series current. Now load current may not be same as any this current, but here load current and series current both are same. So series winding has the capability to carry the load currents. Now your series winding should be designed as much as low resistance for this, so it carries the huge amount of load currents. Now here IL is always different from armature current, series current and shunt current. So the power delivered to the load is only depend upon load currents. So here load current is equal to series current, since series winding should be prepared. So that means the resistance of series winding should be kept in mind. It will be kept at very low value. Now the generated EMF, so electrical power generated is equal to Eg into Ia, but Ia is equal to Eg into Ia. Ia can be written as IL plus ISH, and you can also written as Eg into ISC. Now see here, the generated EMF is multiplied by series current, then the total electrical power generation will be given here. But here the electrical power generated is equal to Eg into Ia, but Ia is equal to Eg into Ia, IL plus ISH. Now see here, the series current is not a term in this electrical power generated, which is equivalent to mechanical. Now this long shunt compound generator gives the power generated is depend upon series winding resistance and series current, whereas power delivered is depend upon series winding resistance and series current in short shunt compound generator. If you go for electrical power generated Eg into IL plus ISH, there is no series current, so series current may not affect this power generated actually, but whereas power delivered will affected by it. Now here the power delivered may not affect, but power generated is affected in this long shunt compound generator. So this is the basic differences in long shunt and short shunt compound generators. So based on these relations, we will go for different applications and we will make some simple numerical problems so that we can understand better.